moment BrahjCast fans listening around the world have been waiting for. Live from the BrahjCast studios in Mazomanie, Wisconsin, it's time! 1 hour of mind-blowing conversation for the podcasting championship of the world. Introducing first, casting out of his office corner, he is a Jiu-Jitsu Grandmaster and a black belt at Knowledge Bomb University, boasting a perfect podcasting record of 420 wins with 0 losses. He stands at 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 180.5 pounds, fighting out of Mazomanie, Wisconsin, introducing the reigning, defending, podcasting champion of the world, the BrahjCast very own Christopher Michael Carowitz.
What's up, everybody? It's Chris from the BrahjCast. You can say it with me now. BrahjCast. And I keep going to that high one, Matt. What the hell am I supposed to do? First of all, everybody, Matt from Virginia, Passion for Cards is in the house. Matt, say hello to the millions. Right. I have that, and then my intro is what's with these high-pitched voice things that I'm doing here? Jeez.
I was going to say, man, you've been on that high-pitched BrahjCast for a long time.
I got to switch it up, man. Every time.
You need a BrahjCast like in a Chewbacca voice or something.
Yeah, I just got to switch it up every single time, I think. Maybe that'll be the cool thing. Because saying that in front of actual guests and everything it makes me feel it's no problem when no one's here, but when someone's on the other line, it's like, So anyway, shit, Matt, it's been a few months since the last time I talked to you. How you been, brother?
Hey, man, I'm doing terrific, my friend. Life is good. Work is good.
I like it.
Personal life is good. The card collecting is good. Hey, man, I couldn't be happier.
I like it. I like it. What? Let's just start off with the bang. Let's go with what was the last product you opened and set you were trying to complete.
Boy, actually, recently, I went on a good little tear. I opened a few different things, so I'll give you a little quick rundown. I opened 2018 Topps Archives.
Oh, nice.
And got that base set. I have not released the recap video yet, but that's recorded. I just got to upload it, so that's coming soon. And then right behind that, I opened the Archive Snapshots.
Nice.
Which is a much smaller set. It's I think it's 50 cards total in the base set. I opened a bunch of that. Actually was missing a couple cards that I found online, so that base set is complete.
Nice.
And then I opened what did I open before that? Daggone, I can't remember.
Did you open any fire?
I did open some fire. Yeah,
I did open
some fire. Actually, it's crazy, man. I opened some Topps Fire last year and this year as well. And this year I think I opened 3 hobby boxes.
Nice.
And then my father came to town for my birthday back in October, and he brought me 2 hobby boxes from New York.
Oh, nice.
So I opened 5 hobby boxes of fire, which was really cool, and was missing 9 cards to complete a 200-card base set.
Jeez, no doubt.
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, man, I opened all this fire and didn't complete 1 base set.
No shit.
And the 9 cards I were missing were all, just common players. I had like 6 Trouts and 5 Otanis and 4 Sotos, and I was missing like Sandy Alcantara and Tim Beckham and all these.
Right, Nick Markakis.
A, didn't complete it, and B, the cards I were missing were just common cards or whatever. But I've since picked those up, so that set is also complete. So
nice.
so that's where I'm at.
The snapshots had Conseco in it, correct?
Yes.
Yep. I have 0 of those. I'm still collecting the fires, man. I'm so far behind, man.
You're gonna let me check my snapshots. I might have an extra Conseco.
For sure. Check out definitely take a base Conseco off you, no problem. That'd be great.
Have you ever bought any of the snapshots?
No, I haven't. I don't even know where. I mean, there's no retail of it.
No, it's all from the Topps website.
Okay. So that's why I haven't seen any.
I think it's one of the little hidden gems that a lot of people don't collect. I mean, it's $25 a box.
That's no problem.
Very reasonable.
Yeah.
You only get one pack, but in that pack, you're guaranteed one autograph, which is always on card.
Nice. Very nice.
You get one black and white parallel card in every pack. And then in most packs, you'll get like a colored border parallel card. So
nice.
$25.
Nice. Not bad at all. Yeah. Usually, yeah. I would expect that to be like 40 or 50, especially when you're guaranteed the on-card auto.
Yeah, and again, there are some superstar players. But, a lot of the autos you get are like I think I got like a Frank Viola.
Oh shit!
Which to me is cool. I like
right, Dave Magadan.
But there is some superstar autographs as well. Obviously, they're tougher to pull, but
right. Obviously, there's Jose Canseco.
I wonder if he has an auto. I'm not sure.
He does. Oh, he does. Yeah.
Okay.
I saw that. Got my eye on the black and white, and I think a blue border. There's actually a nice lot of the base, the black and white, and the blue border right now. I think it's at like $7-8 or something like that. So,
yeah, to me that's a nice little for $25. That's a nice little fun little rip. So
for sure, the archives isn't the one per encased like one per box, right? That's not the boxes you're talking about. The set you complete.
No, I do the base regular top.
It's the base. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is the
300 card base set?
Okay. What is it? The I see like for $40 or $50. It looks like an archives product. That's the encased card.
Yeah, that's called Topps Archives.
Something.
It's one card. It's autographed. But you get a lot of duds in that product. That's
a
expensive product for it's one of those real high risk, high reward. I mean, you can get some really nice cards in there.
Right, but do you really want like an Ellis Burks? Like
numbered out of 756.
Yeah, right. Like what? He was happy to show up and sign some autos for a quick paycheck. He's like, hell yeah, kids, we can eat.
Damn right. Yeah, I don't mess with that one.
All right, gotcha. Yeah,
that's one of those releases where if you got a favorite player, maybe you go check them after the box is open. But
right,
opening those boxes is a big risk.
Yeah, in 2018 alone, Canseco's not in every set, but damn it, he was in the Clearly set this year, and he had 3 different cards, man, and those are not cheap. Being a $50 pack, basically one encased card, having 3 cards to chase out of that set is very difficult for me. I've got one of them. So I'm hoping
are they 3 different pictures?
Yep. It's the 89 tops, the 87 tops, and a 93 finest.
Oh, okay.
Which is really awesome, but it's weird because the 93 finest in real life, he was a Ranger. And the 93 finest card is a Ranger card, but this is like an all-star, a finest all-star. So he's in the A's uniform, which for me is really cool because that's like I only really collect him in the A's uniform. But it's just kind of strange that the card itself is from 93 and they put him in an A's uniform. But anyway, yeah, that's 3 cards out of this, and being numbered differently, 199 of 99, and I think the other one's even lower. They're freaking expensive, man. So
I bet.
I've got the one cheap one that was easy to get for like $30-$40.
Hey, that's where you start, baby. That's always where you start.
Yep. I just got to let the the storm die down and then pick up the scraps. Something will show up later on, and I'll feast.
I'm with you though. I'm glad they do most of the reprint Canseco stuff in the Oakland uniform. I mean, when I think of Canseco, I mean, I know he played for some other teams, but I always think of him as an A.
Right. You know, and that's yeah. Why would you want a subset? Yeah, of him in his Expos uniform or some shit like that. Like, there are hardcores out there, though. You know, I'm part of other Canseco groups on other social media sites, and you know, no matter what it is, Canseco, as long as it's him, man, you know, they're all about it. And that's taking it to that extra level, you know, that super collector level.
Oh, yeah.
Where, you know, they're photo matching wristbands and freaking, and man, it's crazy. It's crazy, but it's cool. It's cool to see like my collection to the extreme, what it would be if I went all extreme. You know, these guys are showing it to me basically with all of their cool shit. They're the hardcores.
So have you kept track? Like, do you know how many unique Canseco cards you currently have?
No, not unique. I was in like the 70s as far as unique autos go. You know, I have a binder that is, you know, thick as hell, 3-inch ring binder, you know, with maximum pages, where I'm trying to get like one of every card. You know, there's like this super duper checklist out there, and I have that, and I'm trying to, you know, piece that together, which is very, very difficult because there's so many of these really odd, weird variations from really early in the 80s that are really hard to get, you know. But then, of course, when you get to like 87, 88, there's a plethora of them around. So
yeah.
I'm trying to, you know, fill all those in. But then when you get from like that binder stops at about 2002, because I only go to 96 because that's when he was traded. And then I go to 92, he was traded, then he comes back for 1 year in 96, 97-ish. So it stops there, and then like the collections turns over to like magnetics and all of, you know, because everything after in the 2000s, it's mostly either relic cards or auto cards, and all of those go in my magnetics and perfect fit sleeves. So of the unique ones, go ahead.
Do you do just Oakland Canseco, or do you do other teams?
Yeah, pretty much just Oakland, unless the card looks cool, like if the pose is awesome or there's something about it, you know, or if it's a good deal on of 10, 1 of 10, you know, something like that, you know, like yeah. I might go for it. But it's really all about that. I don't know. Like you said, it's just like, that's what I think of. All of my memories of Canseco are from those days. So when I see him in the other uniform, it just doesn't trigger the, you know, the emotion that I'm looking for.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know,
you said you had like a master checklist. Where do you find something like that?
You know, that was on it looks like it's the work of a bunch of dudes, like at least 10 different guys working together to put this checklist together. And it's just like this random ass website name, you know, like it might even be like Jose Canseco Master List or something. I can't look at it right now because when I'm recording this, like as we're speaking, I got my shades on and I can't see a fucking thing. So I look at my screen. I know my computer screen's on, but I can't see it. It looks black. But it was really cool to find that, man. It was really cool. It was also very scary to find it because I knew going into it, like, oh yeah, there's a bunch of cards, no problem. You know, I'll roll up my sleeves and dig in and get them all. No. Yeah. Nope, there's so many, dude. All this random shit, a lot of local shit. You know, if you're from the Oakland area, the police have cards, the Mother's Cookies card, you know, like the Hostess, the Kmart's, just there's so much. But luckily, a wide array of those cards are less than $1. You just got to wait for them. You just got to hope they pop up somewhere and someone will take the time to actually list some garbage cards. So that's cool. But
well, We hadn't talked actually live since you met him, man. Is he like a really cool dude to meet in person?
You know, he was, man. At first, it was a little. When we met him the first time, it was in line and he was signing autos, and there was like some goon-looking security guards there, so they wouldn't let us they wouldn't let me film up there and take pictures and shit, right? So I walk up to him and shit, and then I got the jersey and a big ass smile on my face. And he's got his shades down. We're indoors in a gym. He's got his shades on and shit, the 90s looking Oakleys like a dork. And I was like, hey, this is, I don't remember what the fuck I said, but it was something, positive, and like, I'm, so happy. And it was, all I remember was like, just like a grunt or something like that, And then I gave my tickets to the guy, because you have to pay for like, for the autograph. You got to pay a little extra for the inscription, which was only like $30 total, which was totally cool.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Not bad at all. The cheapest guy there, man. And, Cal Ripken Jr. was at a table right next to him, and his shit minimum was like $200. And he had a line out the door, man. But I couldn't believe it, because it was a lot of little kids. So it's like, hey, here's a fucking icon. If you can afford it, and they have like 3 items in their hand, that's $600. $600, man. Like, I was like, what the fuck is that, man? Cal Ripken Jr. I mean, you're fucking cool, but man, what that, that's a whole nother emotional, like story. I was a little taken back by how much some of these guys were charging, and not doing anything more than Jose was doing, sitting at a little ass table and just letting the people, filing them on in. You know what I'm saying? For $200, you better get out from behind that table and give me a hug, pat me on the back.
It's kind of sad, man. I mean, obviously these guys are, they should get compensated, somewhat for what they do, but that's ridiculous, man.
Right. And you won't see that from this generation's players, because they'll make enough money that they won't have to live off of card shows. Jose was the highest paid player in like '89 with a salary of $5 million. Right. Okay, and Bryce Harper just turned down $300 million. You won't see Bryce Harper trying to pay his bills with some fucking card shows when he's done with baseball. You know what I'm saying? And if you do, it'll be $19,000 to get a fucking autograph. It's so ridiculous.
Walk in there with a fucking vault of cash.
Just to, man, I don't know. But back to your question, at first it was a little like rah, rah, rah. And so I was like, oh, this kind of sucks. But we also had a photo opportunity, which I had saw the little setup, and it was in a different area. So I was like, all right, there's still an opportunity there. That might be cool. And I saw Wade Boggs over there, taking photos with people. And so I was like, all right, if Jose is like doing some shit like that, that'll be cool. And so unfortunately, Jose's line was the shortest. So he got to, there was probably 40 of us total. Not even, I'm being generous, man. Probably 30 of us total getting autographs from him. So once we were all done and me and my buddy were close to the end, he got up and went right over to the photo op. But then, like, it was really more personable, a little bit more buddy, stand close to him, and he kind of moved, he's a big dude, man. He's 6'4", still at least 230, 240, bigger than me. So, patting you on the shoulder, and that was really cool. It was a good time there. And, as always, as a lot of people probably do, or who have met kind of like their, I don't want to say hero, but, like their idol or whatever, sports idol. When you're done, you're like, man, I wish I would have said this. I wish I would have said that. You know what I'm saying? And I look back and I have video of me just not saying anything, man. It's like, shit. just mini starstruck, and I hadn't been to an event like that in so long. And so I was just kind of taking it all in, and it was very rushed. So, but overall it was pretty cool. And I half expected him to be kind of a dick, because I had never really met him, and I just didn't know. So part of me was like expecting it and bracing for it, but I was delightfully wronged. He was
Yeah,
actually pretty fucking cool.
And I don't know why, but I guess he kind of, because obviously I've never met him and just know him from what I've seen, but he seems like he'd be a dick.
Right.
I don't know why. I don't even know why I would say that for somebody I've never met, but he just has that persona, I guess.
You know, it was the media, the shit you heard, and then like you'd hear teammates. Like I still watch when I don't have anything else to do. When none of you guys have put out any videos for me to watch, and I have to search YouTube for something, I might throw on like some highlights and shit like that, and like they'll show Sports Center highlights, and so they'll show the sportscasters talking before. And it's like a lot of negative talk. You know, the media is like, you know, there was like a gun charge and this whole thing when he made quote unquote made his wife pump the gas, you know, for him while he waited in the car. The media blew that up. And then teammates also were like, you know, he was so quiet and reserved and all this shit. So that's how I formulated that opinion, that he was just didn't want to talk to nobody, like a self-centered kind of a dick. But then I kind of was like, that's kind of what you got to be if you got to be on top. You know, I didn't understand shit. I was 9, you know, at the time. So I just kind of believed what the media said, that he was kind of a hothead and all this and the money and the cars and shit. So I just kind of formulated that opinion myself. But if you watch documentaries now, which there are a couple on YouTube and shit, and he'll say the exact opposite. And then I read his book, Juiced. He says all the exact opposite. He was just basically just reserved and like didn't want the spotlight. He just wanted to play ball.
Yeah.
You know, and didn't excel in like media interviews and shit like that. So, you know, being a Cuban player, a Spanish player in the 80s, man, getting heckled all day. Like, I didn't know that shit because I didn't see it. I just saw my hero on TV and shit. But if you're at a game there, from what it sounds like, you know, they're yelling obscenities at him and, you know, fucking spit, go home, you know, all this shit, you know, and it's like, I'd get a chip on my shoulder too, man. You know, fuck you people.
Absolutely.
So that's a interesting story.
Day in and day out.
Yeah, day in and day out. Like, what the fuck, man?
That shit just wears you down, man.
Right.
I don't care how positive you are. You hear that?
I wouldn't be able to take that for a week. I'd freak out. I'd freak out.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. He turned out to be a cool dude, man. That's awesome.
Right. Definitely. And it was a good trip. It was a fun trip, and I can't wait to do it next year. Next year, I'll have it one under my belt, so I won't go in all like wide-eyed and, you know, like, what do I do, and awestruck and shit like that. You know, I'll be a little bit more of a veteran of that game, so I'll be all right. When's the last time you went to a show like that or got an autograph or met somebody and got to do something like what I was just talking about?
God, boy, that's been forever, bro.
Really? Man. Can you remember who it was?
Let me see here. I can remember as a kid. Now, this is going way back. I'm sure it's been some stuff since then, but I can remember as a kid, my dad and I going to a show in New York, and Bob Feller being there and getting Bob Feller's autograph.
Nice.
Vividly, I was a young kid.
Shit, Bob Feller. If I had to guess, Detroit Tiger?
Mostly with Cleveland. He played
Cleveland,
but he was a Cleveland guy mostly.
Okay, gotcha.
And there's really around here. There's really nothing card show wise. I mean, we do get non-card show related. We got a lot of decent athletes from this area, and I was actually playing golf about 3 years ago at a local golf course here, and the foursome behind me was Michael Vick.
Oh, nice.
Because he's from this area. His mom actually has a house on that golf course, so he signed some stuff for me on the golf course. So,
oh, cool.
Yeah, he was a really cool dude, man.
I bet. You know, I watched like the Football Life. You can find those on YouTube, and really awesome 45-minute documentaries, and one of them's on Mike Vick, and the whole gives you a great little 45-minute wrap up of his career and the whole dog incident and everything. And
yeah, those are good shows.
That was really good, man. It was really informative. It was well put together, and let me, because it showed both sides. It showed the PETA chicks or something, the dog people. They weren't really, they're not really sold on Mike Vick yet. And I like that the documentary people put that in there so it wasn't so one-sided, because it was pretty much like pro Mike Vick, like how he's doing good now and giving back to the community, and that's all fucking good, but you always take that with a grain of salt because it's through the lens of what the person wants you to see. So I was really enjoyed that at the end they showed the other side and was like, that chick's like, nah, he's just faking it. But with all of that shit, it looked pretty genuine.
Yeah, he was a cool dude, man. Very generous. He signed a couple things, never complained, never acted like he was put out.
Nice.
So that was pretty cool. And then probably about 2 years ago, there's a buddy of mine that I don't know how the hell he gets in, but there's a local golf tournament that David Wright puts on because he's from this area as well.
Cool. David Wright was a Met, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And then the Upton brothers, Justin and BJ, are from this area, so they usually play. So we actually played in a foursome with me, my buddy, his friend, and Justin Upton.
Really?
So I spent about 5 hours with him on the golf course.
That's awesome.
That was super cool, man.
Do you just try to act?
Nice kid, man.
Do you just try to act all cool, like it's no big deal, right? You know?
Oh, yeah, of course. I probably got
texting everybody,
weekend, bro.
Right? That's oh yeah, it's just another player, no big deal.
I'm thinking to myself, shit, man. Here I am in my 40s. This kid's probably in his mid to late 20s. He's making $30 million a year.
Crazy.
I'm grinding my ass off trying to keep my bills paid.
Yep. Yeah,
he was super cool, man. You'd have never known he was other than his size and his athletic ability. I mean, but as far as being rich like that, you'd have never known, man. He was super down to earth.
That's cool. That's really cool. And you said it's his brother. They're brothers, right?
Yeah, I played golf with Justin and his brother, who used to go by BJ Upton. Now I think he goes by Melvin Upton, but they both played in the majors for quite some time. Justin still plays. I think Melvin may have retired, but
I've never heard Melvin. I've heard BJ Upton plenty. I never knew that he changed his name to Melvin.
Yeah, if you look at his cards and follow his history, it was BJ for the longest time. Then probably, I don't know, if I had to guess, I'd say 3, 4, 5 years ago he started going by Melvin.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I don't know if if BJ was a nickname and he went back to his original God-given name, or I'm not sure.
Reminds me of when Chris Jackson changed his name to Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. Oh,
he did that because it was just easier to say.
It was just way easier, yeah, right. And then they drafted Sharif Abdul Rahim. I was like, wow, what a bunch of crazy names on that team. So, how did your Phillies do this year? We know how the Brew Crew did. How did the Phillies end up this year?
Phillies actually had a really good first, 3 quarters of the season, and the end of the season they tanked hard.
Did they?
I mean, they beat everybody's expectations. They were so young, and I think the expectations coming out of spring training was, they'd be lucky to win 30, 40, 50 games. But they had a really good year, man. The young kids played well, and they brought in a couple of veterans to help them along. They need some pitching, probably like most teams. But
yeah.
I think they got a really good foundation to maybe in the next couple of years make some noise again.
Is Victor Robles somebody to be watching out for?
He's on the Nationals.
Oh, he's not a Philly. That's right. He's a National. That's right. You know what? I just was looking at a bunch of Panini Chronicles of Riddick that I opened up, and I have some Robles, so I was sorting, and then there's no logos, so it's fucking red. I was like, oh, yeah, he's a Philly. I'll ask Matt how he's doing.
Our young stud is Reese Hoskins.
Yeah, that's right. Big old Reese. Did he do decent this year?
He did. He had a really good year. I think he hit over 30 homers, over 100 RBIs.
Oh, solid, man.
Batting average was probably in the 260s if I had to guess. So, yeah, he had a good year for his second year.
Yeah, because I was going to say he's not a rookie. That was last year, the year before for him.
Yep.
Nice. What about your Eagles? You excited about that team?
Well, I was before the season started.
They're looking hella good on paper.
Man, they're struggling, buddy. They've had a lot of injuries, and they got a tough game this week. They got to play the Saints.
Yeah, man, who are just rolling right now.
Steamrolling people.
Yeah. So. Yeah, they remind me of the Patriots the year they were undefeated, man. They're just kind of rolling, just on fire. tough to fucking stop them. But the Eagles just got Golden Tate, right?
Yep, and he played the last game. He looked good.
Yeah, he's super good, and he just needs some time to get the game plan and shit like that. Might be a piece to that puzzle.
Yeah, he's gonna be good for us. So we're still in it. Luckily, the division, the NFC East, is fairly weak. I mean, the Redskins are leading, but they're not. They're not super impressive. So we're not out of it yet. We still got a chance.
You just need somebody who can run the damn football. I know they were actually in talks, or there was just that rumor that they were talking about Le'Veon Bell. Obviously, that bitch is done, and I say that with a snarky look on my face, only because I drafted him this year in my fantasy football league, and he cost me everything. Oh man, I'm so mad.
That stings.
Right.
That stings.
But I know the Eagles had a Jai, and I think he's done for the year, correct?
Yeah, he blew his knee out.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. And so then it's like on the shoulders of Willie Smallwood and Corey Clement.
Yeah.
These names.
They've actually got this kid from Notre Dame, and I'm a big Notre Dame fan, a rookie this year. He was a stud last year for Notre Dame, Josh Adams. He's been getting a little more time. And
never heard of him.
Potentially could be a decent back. So he just needs some more carries. But yeah, Josh Adams, check him out. He's a pretty good player.
Nice. Yeah, never heard of him. Yeah, getting carries is a thing of the past, man. The LaDainian Tomlinsons and the Thurman Thomases and the 250 to 300 carries a year is so rare now.
You ain't lying.
It's passing and running back by committee. It's the running back who can run and then the running back who can catch. And so, man,
that short passing game is a lot of teams. I mean, Philly included. That's a lot of teams' running game anymore.
Yeah, for sure. So it's really changing the dynamics because, man, I remember fantasy football was you better draft a 2 running backs right away or you have no chance.
Yep.
And now it's like, what? What do I do? That's crazy. But I guess it's cool, and it evens out the playing field. And as everything does, it will evolve. It'll go back to a running back league sometime within the next 10 years or something. It always changes.
How nice is it to be able to leave $14 or $15 million on the table and just stay home and say, I'm not going to play? What is that, man? I mean, I'm sure there's – kidding me?
There's got to be more to it than I understand because that doesn't make sense, Some other backs and players are saying he's doing it for the right reasons and shit, because of the way he was treated and tagged. He played out his rookie contract, which is the understanding is you play out your rookie contract, which every team gets you for 3 years, maximum of $15 million or something like that, maybe 12. And no matter who you are, even if you're the best fucking player in the world and you're worth $200 million, the rookie contract cap is 3 years, $15 million. And that's what you do. And then it's okay, you've done your time. You've put up your stats. Now it's negotiating time. I've proven the proof of concept has been proven, Now let's negotiate a real contract, real money with real, because I'm taking, you want me to hit this, get essentially tackled 250 times a year, which is more than any other player out there, direct tackles. Okay. And, so let's talk real-time money, Todd Gurley money, Adrian Peterson, $100 million, right? But what the Steelers did is they franchise tagged him 2 years in a row, which totally limits all this contract shit. And again, this is the part where it's a little bit beyond me and the super specifics, but it's something to do with, the way that the Steelers franchise tagged him. So he wasn't able to kind of shop around his skills and, other teams out there that have the money to pay the man. He can't talk to him legally because of this stupid shit, and no team franchises their running back. It's just it's just a weird situation. So it's as I kind of hear a little bit more on his side, kind of the specifics of why he's doing it, it sort of makes sense to me. And if you've got the money to, like you said, sit out and not get paid, $14 million, then do it, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a huge ass gamble. It's a big ass dice you're rolling. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to hold out for Todd Gurley money, which is, $30 million a year or something, but
it's definitely tough with that position too, because like you say, once you play that rookie contract out, as a running back, you probably have the opportunity for one big contract.
Yep, absolutely.
And then after that, because like you said, because of the beating you take, you're probably already done.
Fuck yeah, dude. But receivers, man. Receivers, tight, they don't get tackled every play, man. But whew, them dudes get smashed. I don't understand how there is becoming almost an injury on every play, it seems like. But for a while, it's just like I don't get how running backs aren't hurt every single play. It's usually a pile up of dudes.
These guys are getting hit by linebackers and safeties that weigh 240, 260, and they're built like a fucking brick wall.
Man, just crushed, dude.
Crazy.
So yeah, once it was a little bit explained a little bit more to me about how he did fulfill his rookie contract, and the way it was worded to me, I was like, huh, all right, my level of hate, not hatred, but shittiness towards what he did this year, it lowered, once it was kind of explained a little bit more, and maybe it would lower even more if I was told even more specifics or learned even more about it, but that's enough about Le'Veon Bell.
Way too much talk about him.
Right. So what's left for the year? You've been collecting for a while. What products can I expect between now and the end of the year? Is there anything left from Topps Baseball?
The last Topps release that I can think of is actually there's two. One released, I think, in the last couple of days. I think one released actually today.
Gallery.
So Topps Gallery, yeah.
Yep, those are beautiful.
I was kind of questioning if they were going to release them again or not, but they did. So I've got some of those on the way. They're not here yet. And just so people know, and I don't know if they're still available, I saw a video. Mike O broke a box just to kind of show everybody what it looked like. They were $80, I think he said, at Walmart for a hobby box with 2 autos. I found them on the Topps website for $70.
Oh, dang.
So if anybody's interested in getting
that's not bad.
Topps Gallery, you might want to check the Topps website. It's a little bit cheaper. So
wow, man, 2 autos.
And then the other one coming, I think that got released today or tomorrow, is I think they call it the Holiday. It's the base cards with the snowflake.
For sure.
So those are coming out. Like I said, I actually think it was today, but it might be tomorrow. So they're probably the last 2 releases of the year that I know.
And then when do they start picking up kind of again in the year? Do they wait till spring training-ish, or will we see something in the January, February line?
Yeah, around February is usually when Series 1 starts coming out.
Really? No shit, huh?
And then here we go.
Fucking no
We're off
shit.
And running.
Man, no shit. 2019 Series 1. I'll still be trying to get the rest of the Topps Fire bases from 2018. Man.
You already know, bro. Send me your list, man. I got doubles.
For sure. Absolutely. I appreciate that. I appreciate the help on that Stadium Club checklist too, man. That set looks so beautiful. I really wanted to complete that set. I was just in awe of every pack I opened up, and the photography and the quality of the cards, just everything about the set really sang to me this year.
Yeah, it's you hate to say you have a favorite, but it's long time been just because of the photography and
for sure
the black and white photos. Some are black and white. I mean, it's definitely one of my favorite products of the year.
Yep. It was a Jackie Robinson, Koufax, and Ted Williams. They're like black and white. They're horizontal cards. I mean, they looked really fucking slick. I was like, oof, I want all these. Yeah. Started buying blasters.
That Ted Williams card where the bat looks like it's bent in.
Yes, like a boomerang.
Man, that card is crazy.
I thought that was pretty cool too.
Yeah, that's a cool card.
So what's going on with your channel these days? I saw that you're over 100 vids. You're probably at like 121 vids now, right?
Yeah, something like that. I had probably the last 30 or 40 days has been tough. Work's been busy, but I try to record them whenever I can and try to release them time to time. So I'm still putting out a lot of recap videos of stuff I've been picking up off the website, recap videos of box breaks. And the one thing I still haven't done, which is crazy because it was the first thing I thought I would do is some binder videos.
No doubt, huh?
So that's my next goal, is to try to get maybe in 2019 start doing maybe one a week or something, showing my binders, kind of how I collect, how I organize, how I sort. There's a lot of cool stuff in those binders that I haven't even shown yet.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to see a lot of that stuff. I'd like to see a lot of I want to see everybody kind of expand, myself included, expand our channels a little bit, like you, like doing the binder videos, having a new like playlist to look at and shit like that. Because as much as I like 6-minute recap videos, I also like longer videos. It just depends on what I'm watching for. If I'm in the bathroom dropping a deuce, I want to watch a short video. But if I'm fucking organizing my cards and shit like that, I don't mind putting on a 20-minute video or a 15-minute video and listening to somebody, just, talk about their cards and, shit like that. So, and
Yeah,
I'd like to see everybody do that.
I love sitting here organizing cards or messing with my binders, and I'll put on like you said, even like one of these podcasts for an hour, hour and a half, and just listening. And yeah, it's cool, man. I'm with you. I know a lot of people complain about, 5 minutes is the mark. You got to do 5 minutes or less. You got to do 5 minutes or less. And I feel like, you know what? I'm going to turn the camera on. I'm going to show what I got to show. And if it's 3 minutes, fine. If it's 30 minutes, it is what it is. If you want to watch it, great. If you don't, that's cool too.
Exactly. You got to remember to stay just like that too, man. Just because sometimes I'll get myself wondering, shit, what am I doing? Unfortunately, I'll be like, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? And it's like, are these too long? And then it's like, how do I couldn't even shorten this up if I tried. How the fuck am I supposed to show you this shit super fast, man? Like, I want to talk about it, so I guess if you can't, if I'm that boring, you shouldn't be here anyway, I guess. B, if you're that antsy, just click to the end. I might have I might do a complete recap. I usually never do, but I don't know. I don't want to I don't want to like abide by the rules. Like, I don't want to worry about that anymore. I have to do this or I have to do that. The channel's just going to be the channel.
That's how it needs to be, man. I mean, obviously everybody probably has different goals. Some guys are here to try to build their subscribers and maybe get to that 1,000 where they can start, monetizing, or, some guys are here just to show cards for the love of the hobby. And, so that's all good. I like them all, but for me personally, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna do what I do. And if I get a 1 like or 1,000 likes, it's all good, man. I'm gonna keep right on grinding, because I know for a fact there's a handful of folks out there that I talk to outside of YouTube, you being one of them, that I know you guys like what I do. And if there's 1 or 2 guys out there like that, then hey, I'm all good.
Right. That's enough, right?
I'm not here to try to impress anybody with cards, or try to be the best or the worst, or I just want to show people what I got and hopefully spark a little conversation.
Absolutely. I notice you always have a shit ton of comments. For the amount of subscribers that your young channel has, like I'm an old channel, listen to me, for the age that your channel is and the amount of subscribers you have a lot of interactivity, a lot of comments on your videos, people actually going that extra of, there's people who will watch it and then just click and go away, but then to have that interaction with the people is really fucking cool. It's something that I'm really envious of a lot of other people's channels. No matter their subs, it's how deep that comment section goes, because that's those are people that you're chatting with. There's fucking mini conversations you're having with all these people and shit. And if you have 1,000 subscribers but only 100 views and 8 comments, what the fuck does that say?
Right?
Like, that doesn't mean anything. That means people got real bored of your shit real quick.
Yeah, the comment stuff is definitely cool, especially when you get those comments where they're asking you, additional questions about what you showed, or
exactly,
where'd you get that, or what'd you like about it. So yeah, those are those are really what kind of keeps you going. And I think so far it seems like I've built a pretty good inner group of guys that I know will comment on pretty much every video. And
for sure.
And like I said, ask questions or get dialogue going. And to me, that's the fun part of it. And that's where you kind of learn about the hobby and learn about, even though I've been doing this for quite a long time, I still learn all the time about new stuff that comes out, and just through watching other videos or watching those comments and just chatting with folks.
Absolutely. You get a chance to listen to me and Pepino chop it up.
I did, man. I was in tears, man. Y'all were killing me. I think the funniest thing about that whole podcast was how excited you both were to be able to cuss.
Oh, I know, right? He was
Pepino
so
just seemed to be so excited about cussing, man. It was like he was just blown away.
I expect I would expect we've had this date set up for a good month or whatever, so I would expect Pepino just to be chilling at home with a beer in hand and shit like that, and here he is at like a fucking quinceañera or something, like a birthday party outside in the car with a speakerphone on, doing a fucking baseball card podcast, excited to swear it up, it's probably smoking some weed and shit. I was the whole time. It was so awesome. But that's what I love about him, man. He's so hella authentic. So authentic.
Absolutely, yeah. I love Pepino, man. You can tell he is truly just loves collecting cars. He don't care what it is. He has a true love for the hobby, and it shows in all his videos. It definitely showed in that podcast. Like,
yeah,
he's legit, man.
Absolutely, yeah.
And a fellow set builder, which is a dying breed.
It is. Let's see, like you and Pepino are honestly in my little list of really, I only sub to about 50 people at the moment. Like you're probably the only two set builders that I know or that I watch, that are worth watching out there. So that's really fucking cool, man.
One other guy you got to check out if you haven't, his name is G's Mikey.
Yeah, G's Mikey. Okay, cool.
He's a set builder too. But yeah, there ain't many of us left, man.
I wonder why
that's the old school hobby addicts, man.
Yeah. I wonder why that is. Yeah, what are people chasing now? It makes me wonder sometimes what the fuck's going on in people's heads. Like, what are you chasing? What are you collecting now? It's just weird. I don't know if I was a kid now, if I would collect cards the way it's set up now,
You just got to kind of look at the evolution of what happened, for us that started, in the late 70s and early 80s, set building was really all there was. There was no, buy a box of cards and get a guaranteed autograph or a piece
right.
It was all base cards, and what you tried to get was the all-stars and player your favorite team. And so us, the guys that grew up that way until the the relics and autographs really started happening, that's all we knew. So that's just kind of the way I would say, the way I grew up, and B, that's just really all I knew. So you come into the hobby now, I mean, God, what is a set? Nobody cares about that.
Nobody cares about that. Yeah, which is unfortunate.
They want to PC a certain guy, or they want to collect autos or relics, which is great. I love that stuff too, and that's another facet of the hobby. But there's no way a kid coming up today that's 9 or 10 years old getting in the hobby is going to even think about building sets.
No way. A kid couldn't afford it. A kid
that's true.
Afford it right now. It's just. And another thing about these sets, I enjoy almost every single product that they put out. But when I get to these, is it Topps Definitive? Is that a thing?
That's a super high-end product.
Yes, and then there's that Topps Transcendent, that $20,000, like I guess the Transcendent isn't a good example, because that is all Hall of Famers and superstars in that Transcendent. You're not going to get like a fucking Nicky Delmonico, but like, you know what I'm saying? But like in that Definitive, right. You can, it's like, do I really need to, I don't understand like in these higher end products, like I just feel like it should be all just old school Hall of Famers and then just superstars. If you're gonna tell me this is the definitive set, that or like Panini does that flawless with diamonds and rubies and shit, but you can still get a fucking you can still get like I don't even know. I shouldn't say this. This is going other places, but like even Ronald Acuna Jr., as good as he is, who the fuck is he, man?
Right.
Like, come on. Like, this guy's been on, for a year.
You want an Acuna, or do you want to Stan Musial?
Yeah, or Willie Stargell, or you know what I'm saying? Like just somebody who's George fucking Brett. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody who's done it. Like done it. Just all this hype, and then next year it's gonna be like just the fucking next one, and it's weird, man. And again, maybe it's just that bitter old man in me that's coming out now that I'm hitting 38 and shit, and and I've collected in the quote unquote junk wax, but we're just in the junk relic right now. But I don't know. That doesn't mean that it's bad. It's just like I take offense, I guess, when people make fun of or look down on like junk wax and people who collect sets from that era. I collect all sorts of Canseco's from that era, and it's like, fuck you. Who cares that it's 50 cents? I don't. You're the idiot that's paying $750 for a player that might be awesome. That was cool last week, you fucking bandwagon riding pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
10 years from now, that car will be worth $20.
It'll be worth $20, man. Just, jeez, I don't know. Here I am ranting and raving. I don't want to, I don't want to be super sour, and I definitely don't want to be sounding like I'm shitting on any other collector, because we all collect for what we collect.
Oh, yeah.
And if somebody's going to pay $7,000 for a Cunha autograph, that's fine. For all I know, he could be a millionaire. So $7,000 is absolutely nothing. It's just like me paying $12 for a Canseco, but I just see it in a different light, So fuck it, man. Is what it is. Love the hobby. But every once in a while, it just kind of builds up, and I got to let that vent out every once in a while.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And that's why I'll just go watch some KG sports cards and watch some high-end product ripped. And
well, he gets it, doesn't he?
Boy, he gets some good hits, but boy, does he! It's even. It's even. He gets some shit boxes and then some Hall of Fame laundry tags. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, David Wright is your super hit, and then the next one will be a Nolan Ryan laundry tag. So, it is crazy. But so you got my package in the mail. Speaking of packages in the mail, goodness gracious, brother.
I had to slam you, bro.
Man, you probably saw the video by now. I was in agony. In agony. My tooth had just been dying, killing me. And I wasn't going to get relief for another 6 fucking days. Drug my sorry ass to the post office because I had to mail out everybody's BFRG winnings, had to mail out everybody's BFRG autographs they were so kindly grabbed off of eBay to help support the channel. And then I checked the P.O. box. I was like, oh, shit, 2 packages. Just wasn't expecting anything. And what I was expecting it to be after I saw your name, I was like, oh, shit, he sent those stadium clubs we were talking about. So I was super stoked. I got my Stadium Club box out. I had a little set thing. I was ready to check off all the things. And then, boom. In fact,
turned the corner on you, bro.
You turned out of left field. I'm going to show it. Of course, I'm recording this now. Fucking game used base, dude. That's so fucking cool. I can look online, watch the highlights, or I can watch that game. And then one of those fucking bases, I have a piece of that fucker right there. I think that's so cool, man.
Hey, man, I'm on the Topps website obviously a lot, and you guys know I collect the Now and all that stuff. So when I was on there and I saw that Brewer stuff, man, it took me about 1.5 seconds. So I gotta get one of those for my boy, man. The Brewers, obviously, they're not in the playoffs every year. I wanted you to be able to commemorate, the great season they had, and that base card just seemed like the perfect thing to get. So,
man,
there's nothing I love more than doing something like that and send it to somebody that I feel like I've made a connection with, and then watching the video,
brother.
where you just were blown away. And man, that makes me so that makes me happier than anything I could ever pull for myself.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I had to fucking call the wife in here. I was like, fucking look at this. It was so fucking cool. Even when we first started talking, you had sent me about my YouTube living set, and I'm putting this up in front of the camera too. I remember when I got this card in the mail.
Yeah, you screwed that up.
I didn't know this was actually Mike Schmidt's fucking autograph on there.
I laughed so hard when I saw that. I said, man, this guy never even he thought that was my autograph.
I thought it was, it's, your name's Matt. I saw a big ass M and shit. But I was like, holy shit, this is an actual Mike Schmidt autograph. That's so fucking dope. And then, of course, you autoed it on the back, which I'm showing on the camera right now. The best YouTube living set card I have right now.
I had to take the YouTube living set to the next level, bro. That's what
right. Put my PC, my Brewers PCs just up on the next level now. The fucking YouTube living sets up on the next level. Man, you're setting the bar so fucking high.
How many of those YouTube living set cards do you have now? I
think I'm going on about 18 of those.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep, I think I just finished 2 full pages. Like you said, a binder video, man. I want to do a binder video myself. But I want to see
those.
Yeah. Victor Negron actually did one of his YouTube comments. People send, their letters and stuff and the little notes, and he's collected all of his in a binder. And he kind of did a video of all that, and which he has accumulated over the past couple months or years that, that his channel's been around.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really fucking cool, man. And I have all the notes and everything that gets sent to me and everything. So that's like, I have all my binders, and then I have like my special binder, and that's where all those cards are and shit. So
yeah, that'd be cool to see.
Yeah, I want to show that off when I want to get it to like 3 or 4 pages deep. So it's not like, here it is, flip one page and there, that's it.
And we're done.
And we're done. So there you go. So fucking A, man. How you have all these sets, you're opening up plenty boxes. I open a blaster box or two and I've got a mess. I can only imagine a hobby box. Like, what's your current situation with like your sorting area? You got it under control, or you got some work to do?
Well, it's actually probably as in good a shape as it's ever been. And actually,
really,
when my father comes to town, man, he's almost like a automated sorting machine.
Fucking lucky, man. That's awesome.
This guy just burns through cards, organizes them, sorts them. So him and
Super cool.
We have all my doubles from 1952 to 2018 are sorted and in boxes.
Nice.
And then all my original unique cards are all sorted, and I have probably about 2,000 or 3,000 that I'm putting in binders as we speak. But probably by the end of the year, I'll probably be 100% organized and caught up. So
what a good feeling that's got to be.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of work, man. I know. Man. I think we talked about it before, but I'm very unique in the way I do it because I sort everything first by number, and that's how I inventory it. Then I resort them all by alphabet.
Oh, shit.
Because I store everything in my binders alphabetically by player last name.
Okay.
So I actually have to do a double sort on everything.
No doubt.
Super time consuming.
No doubt. So when you say like you have all these 1952 doubles, will all of your 1952 doubles be in penny sleeves, or will you just let those be loose?
I think all of my cards from 52 to 59, all my doubles are in top loaders.
Oh yeah. I mean, you go even. Is it penny sleeve then top loader, or just top loader?
Probably just top loader.
Gotcha. Yeah, I figured you wouldn't. I didn't think you would just have them loosely, willy nilly in a shoebox. But yeah, I was wondering like the amount of protection you use and stuff like that. I mean, with my 50s cards, which I only have a few, but I mean, those are obviously all in top loaders just because they're so fucking, I don't want to say brittle, but fragile. There's the word, they're like so fragile. I don't want anything to happen to them. I don't know any of the players of my 50s cards. I know anything about them. I just love the cards themselves. I think they look so freaking cool. That
50s cards are beautiful,
the
man.
53 design has just got to be way up there. Besides the 52, I think the 53 design is so iconic.
Absolutely.
And the cards I have were all from my LCS, which and they all have like those holes punched in them, which the dude told me was how they used to sort their cards or not. That's how they used to kind of like store/sort them. They would pin them up on their headboards and all over their bedrooms. But then you start putting all these holes in your fucking headboards and shit. Moms didn't like that, so she gave you two holes to put in. They said, and it would be on one part. You'd put one pin up on one part of your headboard and then one across the other, and run a string from both of them, and then you'd punch holes in your baseball cards and line them up on that string like a clothesline, and that's how they would sort their shit as kids. They'd get around mom's little two hole deal, you know. So I thought that was kind of interesting. The old timer that told me that was like a thing amongst the kids, like that was how they did that shit.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. I never knew that.
I was like, oh, okay, cool.
I'm with you though. I mean, that obviously 52 tops is, man, but 53. And I think that's probably why I was so drawn to that Topps living set with that. 52.
Definitely,
man, they're so beautiful.
Definitely. And you're still all over that, correct?
Yep, they've had I think they've made 102 cards now, and I've got them all. Yep.
Yeah, they went with 100 as the Bambino. I was wondering who that was going to be. I think that's cool. I thought that number 42 being Jackie Robinson was really fucking cool. I was so hoping number 33 would be Jose. They're going to make him so far down the line, man. It sucks.
He'll be coming soon.
But he will be there. He will be there. That's going to be awesome. And that'll be a cool one to get autoed next time I see him. So that's cool. That's 102 cards deep. I remember last time we talked, you were talking about the Topps Now set literally being like 900 cards the previous years. Are we in that range this year?
Yep, I have some, I think they're like 920, 930. So yep, they are.
Holy shit.
In the first year I tried to get them all, but man. I don't do that anymore.
No way. Damn, that's crazy.
I get the rookies, I get the Phillies, and then I call it a day from there.
Yeah, rookie call-ups, milestones, and Brewers would be like all I would be interested in too. Yeah,
but they are some beautiful cards. I give top.
Yeah, man. You sent me the base as well the base of that base card, which sounds really weird. You sent that as well, and Nick from Web of Cards also sent a Topps Now card to me with a Brewer making a catch at the wall. I think it was Lorenzo Cain.
Yeah, that's a cool card. I saw that one in the video.
Yes, those are the first Topps Now cards I've ever had, and man, the quality of those cards are sick.
Yeah, they're nice.
The holographic backs, the high gloss, the really sweet ass pictures. I'm like, all right, those cards are fucking nice, man. But like we had talked, the dilution of the set was a little. Is the only unappealing part of that, but. Being diluted doesn't bother me, I guess, when when it's about like the playoffs and I was hoping the Brewers would have a sweet ass World Series card.
That would have been awesome.
But no,
I can tell you the 900 plus card. I mean, it tears my stomach apart to not be able to get them all because
I bet
being a set builder, anytime I have a hole where
holes,
oh man,
I can only
just want to feel it so bad, but I've come to grips in my head that the Topps Now is a set that I'll probably never complete.
Yeah, they don't.
I'm okay with that.
They don't offer them up like they do the living sets in like bunches of 20. Do they? I've never purchased one off of the site. Do they offer it like that? Can you buy like when you buy a living set, you get one for like $7.99, 10 for X amount. It's the more you buy, the little bit cheaper it is. Is it the same way with Topps Now, or you just buy one?
Yeah, Topps. Well, they have both. It's kind of similar. They'll do course, every day is different, depending on what happens the night before as far as the number of cards that are available. But you can buy, say they have four cards available for that day. You can buy a single card for $9.99, or you can buy the 4-card bundle for $30.
Okay.
You'll save a little bit of money. So
I see.
But you try to buy 900 cards even at $5 a card.
That's $4,000.
Yeah, you're at $4,500.
Yeah, jeez.
So you gotta be choosy, and it's cool. Obviously, for set collectors, it's rough. You got to make a decision, but for most of the population that likes to collect a team or a player,
yep,
it's got some cool stuff in it.
Yeah, you can't. There's not much of them on the secondary market either. Excuse me. Like you can buy. I guess what I was kind of alluding to was you can still purchase living set cards right now, say like Ohtani for like $6-7 maybe, or maybe a little bit more, because I think they're becketing at like 15 or 20 and going down for some reason. But you don't see that much with the Topps Now cards, because I feel like people don't purchase them like in quantity for resale value like they do this living set, because there's only one, I guess, or whatever. So it's interesting to me. It's, man, the Topps machine, man. They're such fucking gangsters. They have such a racket, a monopoly on this whole game. It's so crazy.
You see the new thing they're doing?
No, what's that?
It's called the 582 Montgomery Club?
What's this?
Something like that. So apparently when they first started, they were at 582 Montgomery Street, and I think in Brooklyn.
Cool.
So they've created this club, and I guess it's going to be limited to some degree. I know they haven't really announced it yet, but so basically you pay like $200 to join the club, and then throughout the year, I think you're guaranteed like 5 or 6 different sets. They'll only be available to club members. Some of them will be autographed, some of them won't be. And then I think if you're in the deal, then you get first crack at certain Topps products.
Interesting.
Some stuff you can only get if you're a member. They're talking about doing a release they say it's the release of their highest online product release of all time.
Really?
And that's basically also, they've not done a lot of detail around it, but that's supposed to be just for club members. So it just came out this week. There's a Trout card online if you search it. That's, I guess, kind of the first prototype of what one of the first sets might look like.
Okay.
It sounds pretty interesting. So we'll see.
Well, I was gonna ask where you're at on that. Like, where
I joined the club, bro.
Founding father.
I mean, I'm
fucking
Topps all day, every
club
day,
member
man.
0002. That's so fucking cool. What did you think of the Bryce Harper set? You got that, correct?
Yep, I did a video on that.
That's how I saw those.
That was really cool, man. I mean, it had some cool subsets in it.
It's quality
got a subset in there of
shades, right?
Or hair or beards.
Yeah. I saw that.
You'd be interested in. Yeah.
I think you shouted me out on that, actually.
Yep. And the actual Harper cards, the majority of the cards are kind of like the Topps Now. They're the high gloss. They're real nice quality.
Nice.
So that was a cool set, and that was a fairly cheap set. I think it was $40 or $50.
Not bad. Not
bad.
bad.
Terrible.
And is it like there's autographs, possibly, right? In that set? Okay, so like, do you, when you purchased when you went to the site and purchased the Bryce Harper, is it just randomly that you could be the one, or do you actually purchase the autograph set and then you get one?
No, so they had 2 options. You could buy the base set, I think, for $25, and that was just obviously the base cards.
Right.
Or for $40 or $50, you bought basically a set with a guaranteed either auto or relic.
That's right. That's right. And you got a relic, didn't you?
I got a Harper relic. Yep.
Yeah, a piece of his
piece of his jock strap.
Jock strap for his ball hair, yes. Something like that.
Piece of his fucking anus.
Right. I noticed the last 4 cards are him like modeling. They're like, fucking. But fucking man, I'd make cards of myself like that too if I was making that kind of money and looked that good. Fuck it.
Yeah. Probably getting to get a $400 million contract. Shit.
Man,
you can do whatever the hell you want.
Exactly. Who do you think he'll end up with? We got to kind of wrap it up here, my friend. But who do you think? What are a lot of people are saying the Cubs? Do the Phillies got the money to pay him?
The Phillies are potentially in the running for Harper and or Machado.
That's what I heard. I was like, really? They must have. Yeah, they didn't spend much money last year. I think I saw that they only spent. Yeah. Not a lot, and so they have the money to get them. There's only a certain amount of teams that can do it.
And their team's super young, so yeah, they definitely have the cap space to make it happen. So we'll see.
Dang, Harper and the Phillies uni, and he'll probably sign for wherever for like 10 to 15 years.
Oh yeah,
it'll be like pretty much the end of his fucking career will be at this team that he's gonna sign with. So well, shit. What kind of other goals you got going on for your channel? Like we've got a month and a half left in this year. What do you think will happen between now and then with your channel? What are you expecting?
It's probably gonna be for the rest of this year. Probably gonna be more the same. I'm staring here at a bunch of cards I need to show that I haven't done videos of yet. Mostly of which are 1966.
Awesome.
That's the current set I'm working on, and I'm actually down to. I need 15 more cards, and the 66 top set will be complete. So.
Sick. Yeah, you haven't shown a lot of vintage lately, huh?
No, I've been trying to run down some of these 66 tops high numbers, and they're, as with most vintage sets, the high number of cards are super rare and a little more expensive. So but I've run down quite a few, and I got a video to make on that. So I got some tops now. All-star sets with some autographs. I got to make a video of that. And I got some other random kind of pickups. So I got some good stuff coming for the rest of this year. And then I think for next year, my big goal is going to be try to get on the binder video kick.
Awesome. Yeah, we got a lot of holidays and a lot of traveling too. So the PCs take a back seat on a few days upcoming here, but usually for the holidays, do you usually get some card love for the holidays from the wife or anybody in the family, or no?
Man, they don't ever buy me cards. And actually, no, to their defense, I mean, it's just so difficult because they just don't know
100%
what I need. So I get a lot of gift cards and stuff like that, which to me is perfectly fine because
just get what you want,
get what I need. Yeah, so that's always cool.
100%. Yeah, it's the same way. And you're right. In everybody's defense, if my daughter is like a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, I don't know. I wouldn't know what cards to get her. You know, I'd get her the equivalent of like a Jose Uribe rookie and be like, "Is this good?" Because the guy sold it to me for $40. He said it was good.
I thought it was a great deal.
Right. So I actually got 2. So. Yeah, fucking A. Well, man, the hour fucking flew by, as it always does, my friend.
We forgot to talk about the most important thing.
What was the most important thing?
1952 Topps number 311.
That's right. That's right.
Do that next time.
Yes, that'll give us something to talk about. Maybe right at the beginning of the year, talk about some goals for the year, maybe some resolutions for ourselves and our PCs.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Definitely talk about some Mickey. So, shit, that's a month and a half. Yeah, sometime in January, we'll hook back up and see where the hell we're both at.
Sounds cool, my friend.
All right, good shit. Well, he's Matt, a.k.a. Passion for Cards, all the way out in Virginia. The man, the myth, the legend. Eagles super fan, Phillies super fan, Roy Face super collector. Matt, say goodbye to the millions.
Thank you for having me, my friend. I appreciate it. Look forward to doing it again. And as always, Stay classy.
Nice. Way to fucking sign off. What a gangster. All right, Matt, you take care, brother. We'll talk soon.
All right, brother. Be good.
Yep. Later.
Later.
Say it with me now, what's going down? Chris from the BrahjCast bringing the sound. Yeah, best in the game, Canseco should be his name. Straight from Little League to YouTube Hall of Fame. On top with the tops and the top hat. Can't stop too high, you should know that. The champ in the world of podcast, Mail day, card breaks, bars for days. Collect everything, funny face, crazy names. Subscribe now, come get a taste, hey. Spreading the love and positivity. Sunday night is BFRG. Surprise, surprise, never know what it gon' be. Click fast, don't miss out. BrahjCast, say it with me now.